But later in life, Sayyidina Salman radiyallahu ta'ala anhu himself would recount the story of his life to Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhuma. This is in the Musnad of Imam Ahmad. He once seated Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhuma, and he said to him, كنت رجلا من أهل فارس من أصفهان. I am of Persian descent, and I was from Asfahan. وكان أبي دهقان أرضه. My father was a dehqan. Now dehqan were a class of people amongst the Persians who were very wealthy. They owned large estates, vast amounts of land. Now this is the first point to keep in mind. This showed what? That Sayyidina Salman was from a family of great status, from noble stock. وَكُنْتُ أَحَبَّ الْخَلْقِ إِلَيْهِ. He says, I was the most precious thing to my father. So much so that the father of Sayyidina Salman radiyallahu ta'ala anhu would keep him at home constantly. He said, my father kept me like a slave at home because of his love for Sayyidina Salman al-Farsi radiyallahu, and he didn't want anything to befall Sayyidina Salman should he leave his home. فَاجْتَحَدْتُ فِي الْفَارسِيَّةِ وَالْمَجُوسِيَّةِ. He said, I worked hard in studying Persian tradition and the ways of the religion of the people of Persia, the ways of the Majus. So Sayyidina Salman radiyallahu anhu, he's from noble stock, from a wealthy background. He has love and affection in his home from his father. And he's somebody of knowledge because he was studying at that time to become a scholar of the people of Persia. It happened one day that the father of Sayyidina Salman became very occupied with some work. And he said to Sayyidina Salman, go and attend to the affairs of the estate just for today. But whatever should happen, don't go left or right. Don't let anything distract you. Attend to the affairs of the estate, the day'ah, and return back as soon as you can. He loved his son immensely. Sayyidina Salman radiyallahu anh says, I left my home, and as I was going towards the estate, I happened to come across a church. And when I looked in saw the people praying. فَأَعْجَبَنِي أَمْرُهُمْ. I was surprised in the manner in which they pray and what they were saying and who they were worshipping. So I asked them, أَيْنَ أَصْلُ هَذَا الدِّينِ? Where has this religion come from? They said, Bisham. It's come from Sham, from the Levant. He said, I knew immediately, Inna dinahum khayrun min dinina. I knew straight away that their religion is better than our religion. Remember, the people of Persia were fire worshippers. And these were Christians, they were worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, فَأَقَمْتُ عِنْدَهُمْ حَتَّى غَابَتِ الشَّمْسِ. He said, I was so taken by their manner of worship, I stayed with them until the sun set. I'd neither made it to the estate, وَمَا رَجَعْتُ إِلَىٰ أَبِي. Neither had I returned to my father. I just stood there watching them worship all day. He said, my father became worried and he sent out people looking for me. He said, by the time I returned home, my father said, what happened to you? I sent you in the morning, you came back in the evening. I sent people looking for you, they couldn't find you at the estate. He said, oh father, I came across a people worshipping in a church. And I know that their religion is greater than our religion. His father became afraid that he would leave the religion of his ancestors, and he said, no, my son, inna dinana wa dina abaina khayrun min dinihim. He said, trust me, our religion is greater than their religion. But he came so afraid for Sayyidina Salman, he shackled Sayyidina Salman in his home, kept him like a prisoner. And he said, my father would, فَخَافَنِي فَقَيَّدَنِي. When he shackled me, he tried to scare me against the religion of these people. But Sayyidina Salman radiyallahu anhu, seeking the truth, he was so convinced that he managed to send message to the Christians, saying that if you ever hear of a caravan that travels to Sham, ensure that you take me with me. So eventually some time passed and there was a caravan going to Sham from Persia. And the Christians sent message to Sayyidina Salman al-Farsi radiyallahu anhu. He said, I was able to break out of the shackles and I joined the caravan. He said, I joined the caravan, and when we came to Sham, I asked the people, who's the main alim here? Who's the main scholar here of your people, of the Christians? قالوا الأسقف. They said, there's a man, his name is Usquf. Here's our scholar, go see him. So Sayyidina Salman radiallahu anhu, he came to this man, Al-Usquf. And he said, would you mind should I remain with you and worship Allah with you and remain in your service and learn from you? And he agreed. Sayyidina Salman radiallahu anhu says, very soon it became clear